Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah, and we have a fantastic show for you today. I'm very excited that you're joining us. I'm also excited to kick off the show with our news partners. We're joined by WBIC, and we're going to learn a little bit about an event that I think you're going to love. This is Andrea Hughes and Karen Tardrew, and I'm so glad to see you today. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Thank you.
Okay, well, I want to talk about this. I love the name. What is Strong Women, Strong Coffee? Share with viewers at home.
Yeah, Strong Women, Strong Coffee is an initiative by WBIC, the Wisconsin Women's Business Initiative Corporation. And what we do is a couple times a semester, we will have a woman from the community that comes in and talks about how she got her business started. But it's more than that, it's more of a networking thing. So it's in the morning, it's coffee, you hear a little story about how this person made it through the ranks of starting their small business, and then there's a lot of sharing and questions and answering.
Oh, what a wonderful thing, because there are a lot of questions. It's a little bit of a leap of faith when you start a business, and there's no necessarily handbook on how to navigate that beginning step. So it's nice to hear some specific stories of people who have been through that. Now, let's talk a little bit about this for business owners, why this might be an important event to attend.
Well, I've heard a lot of them come, and for example, we had the chocolatarian come in, and she talked about just the issues of customer service, how you train people, how you go through that process. Some people learn little tidbits about the legal issues, but more so they get to connect with each other. You may find a baker that's looking for a place to make her chocolates, and all of a sudden she finds a restaurant in the table next to her that's not open on Sunday night. They share information back and forth, and so the synergy of being there kind of keeps you going, even though you learn things from the particular instructor. I think it's the fact that they get to talk to each other.
And I think that's really important because it is a community of business owners, and you can really share some ideas and, like you said, maybe work together in some way. And I would imagine, too, you almost wind up learning a few things by retelling your story. So
exactly.
That's a really impactful moment. And Karen, I want to talk to you about Mobile Boutique. Can you explain what that is?
So we're Grasshopper Goods. We're the first mobile boutique in the state. It's a movement that's been going on for about 5 years, and I've been interested since about that time. But thanks to WBIC and actually Doyen also, that's what helped me kind of tip the scale for me. I'm an education professor by day, and I've always wanted to own my own business and support artists and makers. So it's been an exciting journey. So we're mobile, and it's a truck. So kind of imagine like food truck meets fashion, or ice cream truck that brings really awesome things to you. So
that's so much fun. We've got about just a minute left, so not a lot of time, but I want to make sure that we share a little bit about how you got started.
So, like I said, I heard of the idea about 5 years ago. I'm an education professor. A lot of my work has gone online, and so has shopping. And so it sort of all these worlds kind of collided about wanting to touch and feel and really understand where your things come from. And I have a family of artists, so it's really about supporting artists and makers and getting the word out for them. So we're all around the state. You can follow us on our website, and you can book the truck. We partner with businesses, which is one cool thing that'll be at Strong Coffee. That'll be amazing to be able to partner with other businesses. But started with a business plan at Doyen Group, and Doyen Group introduced me to WBIC because my big thing was I had to build this big truck, and I was able to work with WBIC to get my funding and get a mentor to. It's a crazy journey as an entrepreneur, so all the support that you get from WBIC has been incredible.
That's really great, and you'll be sharing some of the steps that you took more specifically then at
Correct.
the event, Strong Women, Strong Coffee. Well, what a special thing. I encourage, if you've been thinking about starting a business, if you're a woman out there that would like to start a small business, what a great way to learn about some specific experiences of women in business in our community. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
This is Andrea and Karen with WBIC and Strong Coffee, Strong Women. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We are talking about a pretty fun event that I think you'll want to get in on June 3rd. Joining me is the event coordinator and Crows Foundation president, Craig. Say your last name for me again.
Kuchenbecker.
Kuchenbecker,
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, so this is great. I can't wait to learn a little bit more about it. Give us sort of an overview.
Okay, so about 4 years ago, we decided at the Pre-Athletic Club in CrossFit Voltus to host a fundraising event. It's Very similar, I guess, to a lot of the 5Ks people do to raise money, and this has a little twist on it. So we are doing very military-style calisthenics instead of just your 5K run, and the benefit is to our wounded veterans.
Wow.
So that's who we're working towards raising some funds for.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what a wonderful cause, and a great way to, I have to imagine, get an incredible workout.
Right.
If somebody is interested in getting involved in the event, either participating or helping out with the financial component, fundraising part, how would one get involved? What would be the best way to do that?
So our website's pretty user-friendly. It's backtobasictraining.com, and I think that it'll be flashed up on the screen, but that has basically all the information that you would need, how to get involved, how to participate, spectate, or donate. It's all there. So.
And let's touch a little bit more on the organization that is benefiting from the event, because I think that's a really important component, is sort of the fundraising give back effort. So
Right.
share a little bit more.
So it's a great question. So the Semper Fi Fund is an organization that helps wounded vets and their families. What's great about that organization is 94% of everything goes right back to the vets. So that's a big key thing that people are looking for when deciding where their donation dollars will go. The other key thing is it stays local. So they allow me to keep it right here in Wisconsin, help people right in Dane County. So it really stays as local as we want it to. And then this year is very interesting. I was able to start the Crows Foundation. So the Crows Foundation, talk about local, it will be right in our very own community, and that will help disabled vets get into exercise classes. So if there has to be some sort of adaptive exercise technique or piece of equipment, we want them to feel that camaraderie, that esprit de corps, that purpose that comes with kind of joining others in that fitness and exercise field.
Wow. Well, that's a lot. I think we could talk about this probably all afternoon, but I want to learn a little bit more about the organization specifically. So talk to us about that.
So the Crows Foundation, like I had mentioned, it's going to be Sun Prairie based to start with, right in the Prairie Athletic Club. They've given me a great platform to really embrace and bring in these guys that went off to combat. They left with everything that they left with, but they didn't come back with everything. So it's a great way for our community to rally around those guys, to lift them up a little bit and give them a sense of purpose. I've been in the industry, the fitness industry, for 15 years, so it allows me to use some of the skills that I know and have learned throughout the years to really feel like I'm helping these guys. Combat vet myself. The Crows Foundation is actually named after 5 of the guys that we lost in Iraq. So it's their initials of their last name. So we're trying to memorialize the fallen and lift up those guys that didn't come back with everything that they left with. A great way for those guys to learn how to be part of a fitness world again. It's very confusing sometimes if you've lost something, you've lost a leg, an arm. How do I learn how to exercise again? How do I even start with that? Mm-hmm. And so we employ personal trainers, coaches, physical therapists, chiropractor, nutritionists, because we want to teach them the proper ways of eating again, and then a lot of mindfulness training too. So we really want to get them back focused to being whole again, and that's really the idea behind the organization of the Crows Foundation.
Wow, what a huge topic that a lot of additional questions I'm sure we could chat about, but I think it's really special and incredible that you've got this organization willing to take on something that is so challenging and so difficult and sometimes forgotten. Right. So thank you for doing that. And the event, if you're interested, just as a reminder, is on June 3rd, and I'm sure they'd love to have some additional participants. You probably know a thing or two with your background. You can help out.
Definitely.
So, thank you so much for sharing. Again, this is Craig Becker, the event coordinator and Crows Foundation president. Lots of fun. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Talk of the Town coming up after the break. The town pet lovers, you're going to like this segment because we're talking a little bit about pet supplies and a relatively new store that has opened in the Fitchburg area. So I'm excited to chat with the store team leader. This is Amanda Cummings, and I'm glad to see you.
Hi, nice to be here.
Thanks for chatting with me today. So, we were chatting a little before we started. I didn't even know this store had opened. You mentioned it's been around since about December. So what is the background of this name, Pet Supplies Plus, and what brought them to Fitchburg?
Yeah, so Pet Supplies Plus has been around since 1988, and it originated in Michigan. The owner of our franchise worked for the Pet Central in Michigan actually for a while. So his family is originally from here. So he wanted to bring his family around here and be closer. So
I think that's great. And we always love supporting local business owners. So it's nice to know that there's an actual owner right
Yes.
here
Yep.
in the area.
Yep.
That's
He
great.
lives just a couple blocks away.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
So I think I mentioned already that you opened in December, is that
Yes,
right?
December.
So talk to us a little bit about where we can find you.
Yeah, so on the west side, off of PD, we're right next to the Gold's Gym, and on the other side of the hill is Hy-Vee and Target, so we're kind of right in between.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of retail row over
Yeah.
there. It's a good spot to be.
Yep, and it's up and coming, so
Yeah.
it's a lot going on.
Growing for
Yes.
sure. Okay, so for folks who are out there who have pets and are looking for a supply store, fit right in the mix, of course, but there are some other folks out there and other stores to shop at. So what do you think makes you unique?
Well, we have, we really like to remain small, so that way we can be very neighborly with our customers. That's what we call them, is neighbors versus customers. So we like to get to know them more on a personal level. And that's why we like to stay smaller. And then we also have things like grooming still, and we have a self-service dog wash, which has been a hit for the impromptu messes going on.
I can imagine,
yeah.
yes.
We also do things like special ordering, which some of the larger chains can't necessarily do. So
That's great.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that too about, special ordering I think is wonderful, but the impromptu dog wash I think is fabulous because if you're out on a jog or a walk with your pet, you know where to stop and
yeah,
and
it's
rinse
happened
off.
on numerous occasions, line out the door.
Yeah, I bet. I believe it. Some other things that I think make you unique is there's been some community involvement on behalf of Pet Supplies Plus. So what have you done so far?
Yes, a couple months ago, we did like some kindergarten educational. That was really cute to have the kids interact with some of the animals, and some of our animal specialists were there and brought them out. It was really cute. We've also done the Natural Family Expo and showed up there, handing out some freebies, and then just recently we did the Puppy Up Madison, and that was a lot of fun. Got to support that. Yeah.
So lots of things that you've done so far in
Yeah.
just a short time really of being
Yes,
open. That
yes.
sounds like a lot. Opening a store,
Yes.
getting involved in
Can
the
be a lot.
community,
Yeah.
washing the neighbors' dogs, all of those things. No,
Yeah.
it sounds lovely, and I'm glad to chat with you. And I'm looking ahead. What can we look forward to in the future with you guys?
Yeah, we definitely plan to do more of the community outreach. Like you said, yeah, there's a lot going on when we first open up. So, we plan to get more involved in the community and grow our business.
That's really exciting. So you, as the team store leader, I got that backwards,
Yes.
store team
Store
leader,
team
make sure we get the title right.
Yeah.
It has to be a big job, I imagine, doing something like that, but I bet you love it too. What's some of your favorite things?
Oh my goodness. It's always fun when a new puppy comes in the store. Everybody in the store knows within minutes you've got a new puppy in the store. But even just from the repeat clients that come in, and we get to know them more on a personal level, and I know them by name, and usually know the dog's name before the owner's name. But that's the great part about it.
Yeah, I can imagine you build some great relationships,
yeah.
both with pets and owners.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yes.
Well, it was just a pleasure chatting with you. This is Amanda Cummings, the store team leader at Pet Supplies Plus in Fitchburg. So if you've got a pet, you know where to go. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Talk of the Town after the break, so stick around. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have an exciting topic for you. I think you're going to learn something. I know I will. This is Amanda Farrar and Dave Durbin who are joining us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, a word I've never heard of until you joined us today is whoopin' soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So let's share with viewers at home what whoopin' soccer is.
Whoopin' Soccer, our company is an arts education and theater company. And what we do is we go into schools and we teach creative writing, and then we take the students' work and we bring it to our cast of actors and educators, and we adapt it for performance, and then go back and as the adult actors come back into the school and perform for the entire school what the students have written.
Oh, that's such a wonderful concept. What a great way to get creative with students in school and show off what you can do in a short time period. That's really fun. Now, whoopin' soccer, I'm sure it's got to mean something. What does this mean?
It means something extraordinary, and what was the other?
Something extraordinary of its kind.
Yes.
Okay, something extraordinary of its kind. So how did this get started? And it is an extraordinary thing, certainly. So
We
it's
think
fun.
so. We
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
And so it got started this is our second year of doing this in Madison. Originally, our founder, Erica Halverson, co-founded a company called Barrel of Monkeys 20 years ago in Chicago with a similar mission and program. And so she decided to bring it here to Madison, and it's been going well.
What a fun thing to do, and great for the community. Like I said, great for the students too. Why do you think it's particularly important?
Arts are important, and introducing kids to that. We target third graders. It's a great age, and they're just full of energy and enthusiasm. And you can see everything's there, and we sort of provide them during 6 weeks as a way to, because they each get their own journal, and through a series of improvisational exercises that we do, and creating this imaginary city of whoopin' soccer where anything is possible, you see their eyes light up, and then we introduce it to them and they take it from there, and they write stories about problems in whoopin' soccer, people that live in whoopin' soccer. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about John Cena and unicorns and problems like it's raining Skittles and things like that. But then, also we've had kids write about racism, about politics. I mean, not a lot, but it's fascinating to see what they want to write about, what they want to say, and that they do have something to say, and here we provide an opportunity for them to say it.
That's so fun. I think the name whoopin' soccer just lends itself to allowing your creative juices to start flowing, because that's just a creative name, and so it kind of just opens the gates for the students to join in that creativity. And so much fun for them. What has been the reaction of the students? It sounds like they've really gotten into it in the participation, but
Yeah.
the schools as well.
Yeah, so part of what we do is we come in and we present writing lessons in a completely different way than what they have every day at school. So we're kind of putting in the vegetables into that brownie.
Sure,
So we come
yeah.
in, we create a little bit of chaos and create a different environment for the students. We have a team of teachers, and so that we always have some one-on-one time with the students. And we're supporting what's happening in the classroom, but delivering it in a completely different way, so that rather than we're not going to grade it, we're not going to correct your grammar or your sentence structure, we just want you to get your ideas out because they're important and we want to hear what you have to say.
I like that. I like your analogy there too. What's next for whoopin' soccer? What are your plans?
We have a show that we're doing for this. So last year we've done 3 schools. We worked at Sandburg, Emerson, and Lincoln, and we have created shows for each school. We usually, after the 6 weeks, we take about a week to create the show and come back and perform it for them. And so now at the Overture Center on Wednesday, May 31st, we're doing 3 shows that day for all schools. They're going to be bussed. There's a morning show, an afternoon show, and a 7 p.m. show, free. So anybody can come and check it out. And that's kind of the end of the year. Like the chapters sort of show what we've done, what they've done, and then I think we're taking the summer off, I believe.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So end on a creative note, of
Yeah.
course. I love that it's free. I think that's really special. So if you want to get the opportunity to see some of this whoopin' soccer madness, I think that'd be a fun way to do it.
The
So
7 o'clock show is free to the public.
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
really great. Well, thanks for joining us today. Again, this is Amanda Farrar and Dave Durbin with Whoopin' Soccer. Glad to see you.
Thank you so much.
Want to
Thank
thank
you.
all of our guests for joining us. Thank you for watching. Join us next time on Talk of the Town.